you for having me back. I'm very excited to be here this morning. And I just got back from a wellness week for myself. So I was first I went to Vermont up north, and it was beautiful there, just perfect weather for Texans like myself, sort of a Texan. And then I scooted all the way to New Mexico, where it was wonderful and great weather. So I had some me time, I had some wellness time, and I'm back. I'm rocking today. I got here in the office at 7 o'clock this morning, like ready to go. So super glad to be with you. Super glad. We're going to do an session this morning, and yeah, my heart goes out to everybody. Of course, the whole situation with Afghanistan and in the south, with the storm, the COVID situation. So sometimes we really need some of that chi balance, and that's what we're going to work on today again. So there's a lot that I like to do with you when it comes to movement. And of course, I did a little slideshow with that because you know I love to make slideshows. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So a couple of months ago, we worked on that Qi. Qigong or Qigong, you can say both ways. I think in Japan, it's more the Qi, and in China, it's more the Qi. Stands for energy, and we want to get that energy moving in our body. We want to take away and clear blockage and stress and anxiety. When I work with people in my practice at the addiction recovery facility where I work a couple days a week, or here in my private practice, I work with people on those breathing techniques, but also on that very slow movement of getting connected with the earth and getting connected with heaven. So that's what we can do when we do that chi balance. And I talk a lot about that a lot because when we are not in that balance, sometimes we just feel really stressed out, restricted. We can't really tap into our emotions. We can't tap into our heart sometimes. We don't feel anything. So that's what this is good for, just to kind of get that chi flowing and get to move the chi. It's also so important right now, and I think that's important regardless for everybody, to create a little awareness. I talk about that mindfulness thing a lot, and creating that awareness, that mindfulness of being in the moment and being in the now is really important for everybody because we're constantly fed so much news from the outside and so much just news and banners so, oh, sorry. I don't know what that was. So we really have to kind of come back into a space of being in the now and creating awareness for self and creating awareness for the moment where we are just feeling that our bodies are vibrant and healthy, and we are just creating that what we do on the Monday morning attitude of gratitude. So I would love to do that with you this morning and just kind of feel that. Breath work is really important because I get so many people that say to me, well, I just don't focus on breathing. I don't think I'm breathing. And a lot of us are breathing really high, and then you create that hyper tension, that constant anxiety and physical symptoms of that anxiety, lightheaded, dizziness, fast breathing. We just need to create that awareness. There's so many benefits to these movement techniques. I look like I'm sweating. And it is hot here. Anyway, it's Texas. So when we are doing that, you feel that when we're going through that, you feel that you're calmer and you're just really more into the temple of your soul. There's a lot of things to this difference between Tai Chi and Qi Gong. Tai Chi is really, we did that a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. It's really that beautiful form of movement and stretch and calmness that constantly keeps going. And the Qigong movements are really movements that you can do in the moment, wherever you are. So you can just practice 3 of those that I'm going to show you. And you can also practice maybe just the whole flow. And you can do everything maybe 6 times or just 2 times. So you can stand like I did on top of the mountain and just breathe in and breathe out, just really calm and easy and gentle. Nothing else than that. Just taking all that air in, just being high up in the mountains and feeling that wonderful sense of filling yourself up. And we always want to balance the chi in our body too, as in the movement of constantly going in circles. So we don't want to stop. We just want to move the downwards or chi and the upwards chi constantly. And we have movements for that. And you find out that that is really the flow of the inwards chi is just getting you kind of a contraction of chi inside, getting you quiet and calm and balanced. And the outward chi is like the outburst of energy that you can use and even take so far as you use it to be social, or you're feeling stronger to go out there, or you're having the energy to move in the world. So that's how we can see that flow with the energy that we take up from the earth. That's really important. I'm going to show you my slideshow really quick and share that with you, my share screen, and then we're going to actually do the movements, and I'm excited about that, showing that with you, um, sharing that with you. So if you see here, the Qigong is just the separate exercises that have developed over the years. I need to get out of here for a second and go back to my first slide. Here we go. And here we go. Just a little promoting between the yin and the yang balance. And we're trying to be aligned and more mindful, just being in touch with our human potential. So Qi is the source of life, as they call it in China, as they call it up in Eastern civilization everywhere. We really need to just work constantly with the Qi to be more aware of it. And we don't do that so much over here. We're just not really. There's my picture of my beautiful trip that I put in my slideshow. Qigong is a system of knowledge, and it's really, they say, thousands of years old. Just in the human evolution, and covers all the fields of human interest. I would like to say, as for the definition, it's officially known in China as a science of human potential and development. So just to get out there a little bit, we can say that there's the medical form of Tai Chi, and there's the martial arts form of Tai Chi. We're coming to that in a minute. I never want you to think that I'm doing exactly what we're supposed to do the Chinese way. Because over the years, and I practiced this for I started in 2013, but over the years teaching Tai Chi, I practiced my own style. So I would not want somebody from China to come up to me and say, well, that's not what you're doing. It's not Tai Chi, or it's not Qigong. And I say, well, I'm adapting it to what works for me in my classes. So see this as the Elian style, with a focus on safety and joy and movement and creating that sense of mindfulness and relaxation. So please, I say that because I'm staying really close to the style and really close to the form. I do, and I practice and study constantly, but I don't want to be the spokesperson about the right thing to do. And then here we see that we're harmonizing, we're trying to find body, spirit, mind, that whole sense of everything is coming together and forming a union, right? The body, the spirit, and the breath, they become one. And that's what we're trying to do. I showed you this before. If you ever want to refer to this, I'm going to show you this and send this to you again. If you're interested, I will give it to Ashley, my slideshow, and we can just see what we need to balance in our body, all the dark and the cold and the negative and the female against the opposite side. We want to fill ourselves with both sides of everything. Another beautiful picture of my trip in New Mexico. So here are some of the things that you can find when you look at this. You have medical Qigong or Qigong for health and longevity. That's what we're doing. We're exploring our own healing capabilities, our own superpowers, the things that we can feel inside and outside, getting in touch with all the energy that is around us. And then there's of course the martial qigong that I love to watch, where you really feel that strength, more power, fast move, and then combined with really slow move and balance. And think Mr. Miyagi standing on one leg for hours, just really challenging your own capacity. And then, of course, if you take it out of our world, away from society, we're speaking, for instance, about the monasteries, where the monks are creating their form of enlightenment and stillness. So that's really just kind of important to see the difference there. All the exercises are done standing, but we can sit down. So absolutely, you can sit down if you want to do this with me. We're working a little bit on strength when we're standing because there's a little bit more balance involved and a little bit more upper leg strength involved. And you really feel the movement in your shoulders as well. So very good for flexibility. We have slow movement. We have fluidity in our meditation movement. So you feel being slow, that we're really coming down. Some benefits, a lot of benefits to this work. As we all have this fear of aging, as we all have fear of losing strength, all have fear of falling, a lack of mobility that starts settling in. Yay, I feel it all the time. Chronic pain, I have a lot of that. Welcome to older age and aging. So we have those fears, so we can do with this form of movement a lot for ourselves. It's really proven to be very preventative with great outcome. There's a lot of studies on that. A few of the things I highlighted, control of breath and improvement in breathing. Of course, stretch and strengthen. Increase range of motion. We constantly want to do that, and especially with our arms over our head, especially moving in that spinal extension, which feels so good. Improves balance and alignment, and we want to process and transform emotions. So I see that a lot of times when we're very anxious, when we have a lot of stress, that we can release that, even to the point that sometimes my patients will cry, just for in a beautiful way. Some more benefits, deep relaxation. You can visualize, because all this comes from the really old form of the snake and the crane, and you see that also coming back in the names. We want to calm the mind, and we kind of like enhance intuition and creativity. Just feeling that, yes, feeling that afterwards little lift of energy. So I'm going to work with you here. Traditionally, we practice outside. Why not if you can? I love to be outside, and that's when I really feel that flow of air and that flow
All from shrubbery.
connecting with the earth and with the sky. So we're going to warm up. I'm going to do this with you, and we're going to go through the flow and the movement. I shall once in a while share those movements with you there, and or I will share the movements with you there and explain it while we'll go. And whoop, I have another set of glasses here. All the exercises are there for you, but I'm going through them with you. And then you can refer later, ask me questions if you didn't really understand it. I might add something to it while we're doing the movement and while I'm getting creative with it. So always ask and get back to me if you want to. If we're doing the movements here, I'm staying here with those movements, and then maybe next month or in a couple of months we can add on to it. And thank you for practicing with me today. I love it, I love it, I love it. So glad to be here. This is my information, and you'll have that in your slideshow. Bam! So let's move. Let's do it. Does anybody have questions before we start? I'm gonna take a sip of water. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see me. And then from there, we're going to start with our first movements. I lately have to wear glasses. Uh-oh. You can see me right here. So first I'm going to stand here for you. Just take a really deep breath and put our hands just right in front of our belly. And we're going to just work on posture and feeling grounded and feeling connected. So the most important thing here is that you start feeling just really grounded. So when we start, put your feet straight, hip width apart, toes pointing forwards, and just really soften the knees. Just don't push back or something. Just really kind of tilt a little bit into the legs so that you have your tailbone coming down, and then feel the strength in your upper body. So I always say, lift your heart up to the sky. That's where it all is, right? We want to do that. And then we're just going to breathe for a little bit and have our toes pointed forward, standing still with our hands in front of our belly. I'm not really touching. I'm about an inch away from my belly button. Just I call that lovingly our Buddha belly. And I want you to relax your shoulders all the way down. And just start breathing really deep towards your nose. We're just doing standing only to start with. Really breathing deep towards your nose, or into your nose, towards your belly. And then very slowly I want you to exhale. And I want you to exhale through your mouth. So when we're standing still, just feeling the bottom of your feet, feeling your toes, feeling your heels. And your hands are just in front of your belly. Breathing deep into the hands. So inhale through your nose, really deep. And very slowly exhale, and you may exhale through your mouth. Just try to relax your lips, your mouth as well. Relax your forehead. Sometimes I close my eyes. I just feel really still. I'm focusing on getting connected with the earth and feeling the bottom of my feet on the floor. Sometimes it feels good if you're out in nature and you feel the grass and you feel the earth really underneath you, getting grounded. And at the same time, when we breathe in, visualize that you're breathing in energy from the earth. So really feeling that connection, even visualize standing maybe on the grass and just taking that energy all the way up in your body. Just really deep breath in so that your belly is expanding, not your chest. And slowly exhale. Inhale deep. And slowly exhale. You roll your shoulders a little bit back, so I feel my shoulder blades just kind of connecting in the center of my back. I feel them coming together. I feel a relaxation in my shoulders, in my neck. If you will, you can move your head a little bit sideways. And just drop your hands for a little bit and shake them out right here. And I really want you to shake your hands in front of you also. And then roll them. And roll them outwards. And just feeling that energy going through towards your hands. And then drop them again to the floor. And now I feel that my arms are really long. I feel a connection with the earth through my middle finger. The tip of my finger is almost as if my hands and my arms are getting longer and longer. And I drop my ears sideways. I'm going to drop my ear to the side. And I'm going to drop my ear to the other side. Nice and slow. And I'm going to drop my chin towards my chest, just feeling a little stretch in the back of my neck. And then I'm coming all the way back up. And I'm rolling my shoulders all the way back. Just a couple of times, just like big stretches right here. And just a deep breath with it. Just moving the upper body all the way loose. And then I'm going to take slowly my hands all the way up to the sky and sink them nice and slow, very slowly all the way back towards your belly, right there. And do it again. Just open them all the way up high. And inhale and feeling that you take that air in from the sky. And then slowly take your hands back towards the center, all the way towards your belly button. We call this gather the chi and sink the chi. I visualize that with my hands, I'm taking all that energy in. So there's nothing perfect about it. There's no way that you have to do it perfect. You feel in your own way, just gently coming down. Gather the chi or gather the ki and sink the chi all the way up, nice and slow. And nice and slow, coming down the center line of your body. So it feels that if it was chakras, through your crown chakra, and then to your third eye, then to your throat and your heart, connecting the center line. Or we call that meridians, all the way back to your root chakra. Do it again, just nice and slow, not stopping. Inhale, and slowly exhale. Sometimes I do it 6, 7, 8 times. Today we'll do 2 more. Inhale, gather the chi, sink the chi. And nice and slow, one more time. Gather the chi, inhale all that new fresh life, new air, new oxygen. And we call that the breath of life, right? Inhale. Exhale, coming slowly back to the center. Very good. And now I just want you to do that chi ball with me. So feeling that energy in the center of your hands, relaxing your shoulders, and just relax your forehead, your eyes, nicely breathing in. Feeling maybe a little bit of the chi between your hands, between the palm of your hands. So there's a little tingling feeling that I can feel if I focus on it. I always say kids love that. I told you that before. It's such a great thing to do, just to kind of feel that vibrating energy between your hands. If you press them together, it's almost really difficult to do. And if you pull them away from each other, you feel that magnetic field between your hands. You can play with that a little bit. I'm going to press them together. And it feels like there's something in between. So cool. Just really open them away from each other and try to feel and keep that connection between your palm of your hands. Keep that energy right in there. And I want you to bring that all the way back. Now I'm going to mirror you, so you're going to bring your right hand up and your left hand down all the way. And you see, I never really extend my arms. If you will, you can. I'm just going to do it really nice and soft and gentle. Bringing my hands back towards the center and then open the other one. Now my right hand pushes down and my left hand goes up. And then I come slowly back to the center. And now connect it with the flow of your breath. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale, moving. Inhale, come back. And we call this movement separating heaven and earth. And just keep moving. So just kind of feel how your breath is flowing with the flow of your arms. Sometimes you want to go slower. Sometimes you want to go a little bit faster. Just really nice and gentle. Separating heaven and earth. Just feeling that center. And just feeling that flow of energy going through your body. Nice and gentle, coming back to the center. And now just push your hands all the way to both walls. If you want to push the walls outwards, I'm really going to put some strength into my arms. Exhale and come slowly back to the center. And then do it again. Just kind of separate. Really, I call this opening your heart. And just slowly coming back to the center. Very nice. Let's do one more. Just open your heart for all the things to come at you today. You're ready for it. You're good. You're staying really connected with yourself and with your center. Close to your heart, move your hands nice and slow. And now I want you to feel a little connection with the earth. So I'm going to bend my knees just very little bit. I'm going to bring my hands down towards the earth. Now I feel that I want to draw the energy up through the earth, through the grass, or in the mountain. Just draw that energy all the way back up. So with my hands, I'm going to pull it up and gently throw it down. And bring it back up. And you see the flow in my legs. I'm just going to do a little bit. If you want to, if you don't want to do this, then you just do your arms. But if you want to get some extra movement and strength, I'm just gently going to flow down with my hands. You see how I'm hardly moving it? It's like I'm scratching with my nails. And I'm scratching the wall with my fingertips. Inhale. Now if you want to challenge yourself, you can go a little further and you can feel that you're going all the way up to your tippy toes and all the way back down into your heels and all the way back to your tippies and all the way back towards your heels. So kind of feeling that center and really working my legs here. And you don't have to go to your tippy toes. You can just gently just move your arms only if you're sitting down or if you're feeling the flow right here. Just nice and soft. Inhale and exhale very slowly. Good. Let's do one more. Just feeling that energy. Now I feel it in my hands. And I'm going to take them slowly back to the center right here. And just lift them all the way up to the sky. And then I'm going to roll my hands in front of my chest and bring them all the way back down. So the same here, if you want to involve with your knees and your legs, pushing all the way up. It's like you're lifting the earth. And that's what it's called. Lifting the earth. So Buddha is lifting the earth right here. Or we're just lifting heavenly, pushing all the way up to the sky. And coming slowly back to the center and slowly bring it back down. It's such a wonderful feeling. All the way back up. And you see, sometimes I do 3 or 4 or 2 of the movements. I know you're doing it with me. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and roll your hands in front of you. Very nice. Good. And then come slowly back to the center. And sometimes I just take a break here and kind of feel and move and close my eyes and breathe and bring those hands back towards the core, towards the center of life, your Buddha belly. And we call it the center of life, of course, because we were first connected to life through our navel or belly button. Sometimes I move a little bit around. Now this is a great thing to do at any time when you feel stressed out or you feel anxious. When you feel that connection with the center and you're centered and your hands are here in front of you, or sometimes I place them on my heart. It feels really good to do that and to calm myself down, just to place my hands on my heart, on my chest. And then I just go a little bit from side to side. So it's like I'm leaning in. I know you've done this with me before. We call this just gently moving and waving like bamboo in the wind. It's really good with your hands on your belly. You see, I'm not really going sideways, but I'm just kind of like feeling, whoop, really, really straight without falling over to the side. Just like a bamboo, strong, strength, feeling the connection with the earth. Feeling the strength coming up through my heels, to my hips, to my shoulders. And gently waving in the wind. It's almost a form of meditation. That's why I do that so much. I love this. I just love to do that feeling. And then from here, I want you to slowly come back to the center. And we start moving our bodies a little bit. Now open the chest and bring your hands back into a really big movement, into a back stretch right here, into an extension of the spine. And then I'm going to bring my elbows together And just kind of round myself in a little bit. Now, if you will, you can do that with your arms and with your legs. Just feeling what we call the spinal wave. Sometimes I call that the stadium wave, right? Just, ooh, when you're sitting on the benches and you go, yay! And everybody's standing up and all the way in again. So now I'm really going to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm stretching out with my arms back. And I'm coming all the way with my elbows to my knees. And this is up to you. So as far as you want to go there, into the knee bend, with your knee bent, into that curled up position of the extension and rounding and curving the spine right here. And then I want you to do one more, and then we're just going to place our hands on our legs right here. And if you feel comfortable sitting in that little position right there, just kind of tuck your tailbone a little bit under and just feel that center strength. You're going to place your hands on your legs and you just feel that you're sitting right here. Now I'm just going to do it only with my spine. It's like a cat and cow pose in yoga. I'm going to round my back and I'm going to arch my back. And I'm going to round my back and I'm going to arch my back all the way out. And again, I'm going to round it and I'm going to arch it. So it's really good for your spine and really making that movement possible all the way out, all the way under, and all the way out. Now, if you're sitting on a chair, you can really do this on the chair while you're sitting by just kind of curving your back while I'm sitting and just rounding your back. Just on the chair. Feels really good when you do that. Just moving the spine, sticking your chest out, sticking your belly out, open your heart, and just kind of like slouching a little bit. Sometimes I call that slouch on the couch, right? And I can see you all doing that with me. Just moving your spine right there. And then we're going to make some more movement in the upper body, and I'm just going to softly come back to standing, open my heart, lift the shoulders, correct that posture, come nice and tall, relax the arms down, shake them out, feeling that feeling, and then we're going to just move a little bit with our arms around our body. So we call this just beating the drum, right? Very gently, throwing my arms around. So the movement starts with my arms. I'm just going to just kind of like let them flow around my body here. And then I'm going to move a little bit into it if I want to and make that bigger. My feet are still steady. My knees are still slightly bent. I'm just going to really go into that upper body so that I can make some movement here and loosen up the spine into a spinal twist. So really make it a little bigger if you want to. And I'm ultimately going to end up here, putting my thumbs in my fist. So I'm going to roll my thumbs in my fist. And then I'm going to just finally tap on my lower back here with my fist. And the tapping is really on the lower back here. Now I'm going to continue tapping right here on my lower back. Tap, 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 tap. And just really opening, they call that the door of life. Opening the door of life. So if you tap on that lower back, really feeling that spinal tap. If you're sitting on the chair, just tap a little bit here on your spine with your fist. Just opening and releasing energy. Good. And then I want you to shake your hands. Oh, really feeling that. Turn them maybe again a little bit, right? Make some rolling moves. Releasing all that energy. I really feel my whole body is kind of tingling everywhere. And stretch a little bit through the wrist. Opening up with my hands. And the other side. Opening up with my hands and arms. Good. And then just kind of shake them. Good. And let them fall down next to my body. Coming all the way back in, centering. Oh, I feel that all over my body. Very nice. And now I want you to bring your hands towards your heart. We're going to do a little movement here. Softly take your hands out forwards. And then pull your elbows back as if they're going over, as if it's over the water, as if you're swimming. Swimming in the ocean right here. Feeling really good. Very softly. With your, now this is strenuous on your shoulders. You can feel that if you do it a couple of times. And if you want to make a little meditative movement, that's what we sometimes call Qigong as well as sometimes Tai Chi. We call that movement meditation, meditation in movement, or moving meditation. Because if I'm going to add a little step to it, I'm going to go with my right foot. I'm going to step out with my right foot. Let's release the arms for a second. I'm just going to gently lean forward into my right foot. Just kind of in a long form, right? I want to just keep my head up. And I'm going to go back. And I'm going to pick the little toe up a little bit, just for fun. And I'm going to lean into it and come back right here. Now we're really working on movement, stability, and balance. So this is really a good feeling. You want to put that foot somewhere out so we can feel that we're going to. It doesn't have to be far away, just a little bit in front of me. We're going to it into a really natural range of motion. So if you're naturally a little open with your feet here and you want to step out with your right foot, just put it there and then go towards that toe. But we want to make sure that the knee stays over the toe. And that's really important right there. Then we want to go back and lean into it and go back and lean into it and come back. And now combine that with your hands that we just did. Just go forward and swim it out. And go back. And go forward to it. And go back. And let's combine it with our breath again. Inhale, coming back. Inhaling, feeling the core strength, right? Exhale. Let's try it. Exhale. You feel that stability. You feel that you're testing your balance. Me too. Early on the Monday morning, right here. Very nice. Go into it. And all the way out again. And all the way back again. Now come really back into that heel. That's where I'm going to make it really difficult, right? So I'll step out. And I'll come back into that heel in the back. My knee is slightly bent. This leg is slightly bent. Every time when I move and I make that move, I want to bend. Not sexy, those knees. Want to bend both legs. And come back into it. And bend both legs. So I'm a little bit feeling that. I'm feeling that stability. I'm feeling grounded. I want to connect again with the earth, right? So I feel to it, and I'm leaning slowly back into it and away from it. And I'm leaning to it, and I'm coming slowly back. Let's do 2 more on this side. My right foot is getting a little tired. Yeah, there you go. And slowly to it. And slowly back. Now when I'm stepping back, I'm just going to step in and come back down. And take a nice deep breath in, just right here. Just kind of taking the center moment here. And a little bit with your breath, a little bit up. And a little bit down. Good. And let's take those feet first. So we're going to come into that step, going away. And I'm coming back. You see, I'm really trying to keep that nice long line in my body. Oh my, the time flies. Inhale, do it with me. Just a meditation. Just imagine that you're looking really far away. Kind of zoning out. You're swimming in the ocean. Just feel the water. Feel your breath. Slightly with your weight in, slightly out. Exhale. Feeling that strength. Two more. I'm looking far away, deep on the horizon. I am not thinking. I'm not thinking about anything at all. Just in the moment, feeling my center. Coming back onto that foot. Nice and slow. Very nice. Just take a deep breath in here and a very nice one out. Good. Now we're going to do that little moon. So I want you to take the right hand up and the left hand down right there. And we call this movement Embrace the Moon. So I'm still standing really relaxed, and you can see from the side that my hands are a little bit away from my body. So I'm embracing the moon, this one just above my heart, and this one just underneath my belly. And I'm going to change that into embracing the moon. Good. Awesome. Embrace the moon, so don't drop that moon. Now I want to feel the whole surface on all sides of the moon. So really go, make a perfect circle. I'm checking myself out. Are you checking yourself out here? See, that I'm not leaving anywhere. I want to feel with my hands the surface of the moon. I got you. You got it. You got it. You got it. Nice and slow. Feeling. Concentrate. Yes. The whole purpose here is that for 1 hour you're not thinking. You're not thinking about anything. You're just kind of moving. Sometimes my body moves a little bit with it. We're having breath work, visualization, meditation, slight movements. Very nice. Just moving. Good. One more time. And one more time. All the way back. Good. Now just push your hands together. Wipe it off right here. We're wiping and we're letting go. Good, 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 good. Good. Now I'm going to take my right hand back and I'm going to just pick something up behind me. Bring it over my shoulder and push with the palm of my hands. Push out forwards towards my diagonal. Yes, across body. Yes. Bring this hand back and put it open just by your hips. Yes, so just right there. Really relaxed. I'm still having the shoulders back, right? Roll. We'll go all the way back. There you go. And all the way towards the other side. Over the shoulder. And come slowly back. We call this brush hand and push. Good. Brush knee and push. I said brush hands, but it's brush knee. Brush knee, not really, but almost by the knee, and push. So you see how the martial arts comes back, right? Nice and slow. It's almost like you want to push things away that you don't want. Slowly in. Exhale. So visualize. Inhale. Visualize holding a really big ball of energy in your hands. And I'm going to just, with that energy, I'm going to push everything away that I don't want, that I don't want to hang on to, that gives me anxiety, that gives me stress, that makes me worried, makes me feel bad. I just want to let go of negative feelings. That's what we're doing here. Letting go of negativity. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. And then take it slowly back. Lift your hands up right there. And take it slowly down. Very nice. And then I'm going to take my hands up back to the center ball, right here, my little mini moon. Close my eyes for just a little bit. And then bring your hands back towards your belly. Centering. Do this a few times a day. And we even say when you take a couple of deep breaths, if you take 10 deliberate, really deep breaths during the day, you feel instantly calmer, more centered, grounded, relaxed. Just letting go of tension. Letting go of the things you can't change. Letting go of the things you want to be in control of, but you can't. Leave it up to your higher power. And just try to stay into the awareness of the now. Into what we have, being grateful for what we have around us. And just be in prayer for the ones that need it. So much going on right now. We can collectively, all together, today, we can lift up a lot of energy to the sky, to heavens, to the universe. To bring strength and bring strength and courage to the ones that need it most. We can do that collectively because we're so full of energy. We have so much. With our healing hands, I want you to 3 more times open your hands and lift up all the energy that you can find in the world. Lift it up nice and tall. We do it 3 times. And just slowly center yourself so that you are strong and you are full of courage and power, so that you can help others with all that you have. And you can do this for others. Slowly coming up and slowly coming down. So feel the strength. Feel the energy. You feel calm. You feel balanced. And at the same time, you will really feel refreshed when you come out of this session. And I hope that you were able for an hour to let go of all your thoughts, all your worries. And I hope that you were really able to stay with me in the moment. Thank you for your practice. We're going to take a little break. Namaste.